Yo, what is up, fellow YouTubers and interwebicans? So, I'm going to be trying to play a match of Team Deathmatch, can't even talk, Team Deathmatch, while talking to you about something that's been bothering me for a while, and it's the differences between Xbox 360 and the Xbox One versions of Black Ops 3. Now, I'm aware that the games are going to be extremely different, considering the fact that it's completely different hardware and software affecting it, so on and so forth. But I'm going to talk about it nonetheless because it's something that does definitely need to be covered. The obvious thing that is different between the two is that the Xbox 360 and basically the last gen version is like the ugly stepchild of Call of Duty. Alright? There's numerous lighting issues, simple props, things that basically don't belong here. And it just looks like they took a month to port this game over, reskin it, and go, it'll do. And while that may affect a lot of you, as you can see from my perspective, for one, I've not had next gen. I don't plan on getting it for a while. So, it's not really affecting me that it looks hideous. I mean, it's just not something that I'm going to worry too much about, considering the fact that I've not seen the next-gen graphics. So this looks good to me. The other thing that is a massive drawback that I do notice a lot more is the FPS, like the frame rate, the server lag itself, the matchmaking, compatibility, basically all of the background internet stuff. And this is a massive issue because while Activision and Treyarch did try to make a 60 FPS game, they fell short of that. And in next gen, you're almost always reliably hitting 60 FPS, if not a little bit higher or lower at times. This makes for a smoother game feel for a lot of you. For me, it just feels like Black Ops 2. So, with those two things being said, we basically have a reskinned version of Black Ops 2 with a little bit of Advanced Warfare's movement mechanic thrown in. Now, the part that I'm not understanding is everybody that is saying that it was a stupid investment to make. Buying Black Ops 3 for a last-gen console. Yes, I can understand that to you, someone who either spent the money that they saved a long time for on getting a last-gen or on a next-gen console, or someone who got their console as a gift, that may not seem like a big deal to you because of the fact that it's not something that you have to worry about. You've already spent the money basically, so the console's already purchased, and it's not something that you have to worry about. Whereas with me, I don't have a next-gen console, nor was I planning on buying it anytime soon, so that is a pretty big investment for me to make, just so I can play this game. Now, with all of that being said, I do have to agree with you guys. It is almost a waste to buy this game for last gen, except for the fact that it, for one, is still a Call of Duty, and so if nothing else, you are playing Call of Duty online matchmaking. It is still a really fun game, regardless of how ugly it looks. And honestly, it still meets all of the standards that it takes to be a fun, playable first-person shooter game. Destiny had the mechanics for it, but it wasn't flawless. They had plenty of flaws on their end that it took time for them to patch. And this game has been out for, I believe, 2 weeks now, and they're still working on patching it. But in that time, we have gone from servers that I couldn't even connect to now me actually being able to play a decent game half the time. So, while you guys may be thinking that, hey, this kid's just talking crap, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he obviously doesn't know what a good Call of Duty looks like, this is a good Call of Duty. This is a great Call of Duty. 2015 was a great year for Call of Duty. They had 3 years to make this game, and yeah, I had to settle for a ported version of the game just because of the fact that, it wasn't originally made for the 360, it is still a really good game, even after porting it. So, I don't understand what all the hate and malice is towards the people who are playing on last-gen consoles. There's still a large portion of the population of Call of Duty fans who are still on last-gen. Not everybody could drop all the money to get next-gen, and not everybody wants to be honest. There's not necessarily a need for it. Now yes, 2016, that is going to be the year that everybody needs to be on, the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, just because of the fact that, that's where the next Call of Duty is going to be released. It's not going to be released for the 360. It's not going to be released for the PlayStation 3. It's going to be